Alright, hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and for kind of a difficult video for me to make, and I already know I'm going to get emotional during this, so I'm going to warn you guys right now. I may cry like a little girl because I'm talking about how Star Wars Battlefront 2 changed my life, and even just saying those words I can feel myself being filled with emotion. And I just want to talk about it, go over some of my highlight moments from Battlefront 2, and just take a little bit of a deep dive back into the 2.5 years of joy we got out of Battlefront 2. And, I announced recently that I have started a second channel, but that by no means says that I'm not going to still be uploading on this channel. I am still going to be uploading here and providing you guys with content. But yeah, I will still be doing both. It's just a new project that I'm working on. So if you guys haven't seen that yet, I will leave links down in the description. You guys can go sub to my second channel and also follow me over on Twitch, which is where I'm streaming a lot more lately. But what I'm going to do in this video is just going to go over, like I said, some of the highlights, some of my favorite moments, and some of the best things that I've experienced during Battlefront 2. I have some things written down, so if you do see me staring off into the distance, I'm probably reading it and looking at it. But I'm just going to go off rip. I'm not going to edit this too hard. I'm not going to cut things. I'm not going to, mix up my audio if I mess up. I'm just going to read it through and just go through it because, I just think this needs to be as authentic as possible, and it's a really hard video for me to make. And yeah, I've been absent on this channel for about a week now because I've been trying to psych myself up to do this video because I know how hard it's going to be because of everything Battlefront 2 has done for me. So with all of that said, I love you guys. All the support you guys have shown over the last 2.5 years, 3 years have been incredible. And let's take a trip down memory lane and say thank you to Battlefront 2 for everything it's done for us. So for those of you guys that don't know, my channel started about 3 years ago, and I was playing Battlefront 2015 a lot. And for me, I was living in the States before my channel even started, when the release trailer, or I guess the announcement trailer for Battlefront 2 came out, the one where Darth Maul was facing off against Yoda, and, I was gobsmacked at how good it looked. I played Battlefront 2015 so much at this point. All of my spare time when I wasn't studying was playing Battlefront 2015. And I saw this trailer drop at EA Play, and I just lost it. And I watched this video probably 100 times the day it came out, and I was just watching it over and over and over again, and it was, something really special to me, and I was super excited for it. I soon moved back to Australia from the US after graduating, which I believe was in May, and, I started covering the early release trailers and the details in what we were getting, the little snippets of information, and I remember, myself sounding super cringy in some of these videos.
What is up, Jedi and Sith family? Welcome back to another video. We have something epic in store for you today, so stay tuned and let's dive straight into it.
Anyways, as cringy as I sounded in these videos, we fast forward ahead to myself streaming the beta in 360p with 0.6 megasecond upload speed, and for anyone that streams knows that is absolute garbage, and that my internet would drop out and I'd get a black screen and you guys would essentially just be listening to me talk, and a black screen would be showing on the stream. You wouldn't be able to see the gameplay. The OGs, the real OGs of the channel remember this. I had the little warning logo in the middle of the screen that said, oh, you cannot display this video because your internet's not good enough, and basically said that I didn't have the strength in internet speed to actually support the stream. So a lot of it was essentially just you guys hanging out talking to me while I streamed, and for not showing any gameplay, you guys stuck around and supported me through that tough time of streaming, and I appreciate all of you that sat through that and watched that on my channel. So after streaming it in 360p and having terrible ping, I found this clip. I was going back through my old videos, and it's me announcing that things were going really well and that I hit 265 subscribers. And looking at the channel now, and I'm getting emotional talking about it now. Looking at the channel now and where it's gotten to, we're at 33,000 subscribers now. To look back and see it at 265 and what I was doing then and how far I've come as a person and how far, you know, my channel has grown and how many new people I've been able to meet and how many of you guys have supported me and shown love in each of the videos and the streams. It's just crazy to think. So, you know, again, thank you guys so much for all your support over the years. But continuing with this, because I know this is going to be a long video, I started to cover all of the characters' ability announcements as they came out. So obviously you guys will remember there were a couple of trailers leading into the game where they announced new characters and what they would do or what their abilities would be. And I remember speculating on a video that they released of Kylo. They didn't actually announce his abilities, but I speculated based off the video footage that we saw of him as well as what he could do in The Force Awakens, and I speculated a couple of abilities for him, and come release, and when they announced his abilities, I got all 3 of them correct. So that video kind of blew up, and it was the first video on my channel that really took off in terms of Battlefront, and it was a really cool thing, and it got me super excited, and I kind of started thinking that this could be an actual thing, like I could do this and this could be something big for me. So the video got like 5,000 to 6,000 views on it, which at the time, you know, when you have 300 or 400 subscribers is incredible. You know, you don't believe that that many people could watch your video when you're such a small channel. And it just goes to show any of you smaller channels that you can do it when you have, you know, 200 subscribers, 100 subscribers. You can have a video that just takes off and does really, really well. So just keep uploading and don't let yourself get down if your videos aren't doing great. But moving on from that, the Last Jedi DLC trailer came out after the game's release. I remember I'd been streaming it for, you know, a little while, and they announced that the game was going to come out with Finn and Phasma and Crate and all of these things that we were going to get. And I actually uploaded shortly or just before this announcement my first hero guide, which was how to dominate with Darth Maul. And you know, this kind of started the hero guide section of my channel, I guess, so one of my series on the channel. I also began ability speculations for characters that weren't in the game, that could have been in the game, which I eventually turned into the Hero Concepts playlist, and you know, you guys love that. It's still probably the most watched playlist on my channel, is all of the Hero Concepts. And you know, after the release of Finn and Phasma and Crate, and we played through all of that, had a lot of fun. There was a lot of things in that update that were huge. In February 2018, we got the inclusion of Jetpack Cargo, as well as the announcement of the Hoth skins for Luke, Leia, and Han. So I remember at this point, I was still making videos, and I think what happened was the old community manager who went by Sledgehammer70, he actually must have caught wind of one of my videos and seen what I was doing and liked it, or whatever the case may have been. He hit me up on Twitter and said, hey, you know, do you have a business email I can contact you by? And from there, he emailed me a contract for the Game Changers program. And to me, I'm getting emotional again, this was huge. I never even dreamed of an invite into the program. It wasn't even on my radar. I wasn't even thinking about it. And I had 500 subscribers. Like, I had nothing. You compare me to Battlefront updates or Star Wars HQ, or, you know, these guys have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and I'm here with 500, and I'm getting asked to be in the Game Changers program. So I don't know if it was something I was doing that somebody liked, or, you know, they just wanted to get more channels from Australia or smaller channels or something like that. But, you know, within a couple of days of messaging back and forth with Sledgehammer70, I was in the program, and I was invited out to Sweden to test the new progression system, Ewok Hunt, the first test of Bespin as a playable Heroes vs Villains map. And, you know, I got to release this. I was a sponsored video to release this footage of Bespin on March 20th, and it blew up. You know, my channel again had 500 subscribers, and it got 6,000 or 7,000 views. So I was being flown across the world and put up in the Hilton of all hotels, like immaculate, like beautiful hotel, and lunches paid for, accommodation, like travel paid for, all of it, just, you know, to help these guys and give them feedback and test their new update before it even released. You know, I never thought that was possible, and I could never even imagine doing that when I started my channel. And here I am, you know, having these incredible experiences. I got to meet Elliot from Battlefront updates. I got to meet Dash Star. I got to meet Star Wars HQ. I got to meet Westy, you know, Massive G, some huge channels. Like, I was about to say massive again, but I realized I just said it. Some enormous channels that had hundreds of thousands and even millions of subscribers, and I'm here with 500 subscribers, like, feeling way out of my league. And, you know, to give you guys a little bit of insight to that trip, we got to sit down in a room. There was, you know, 20 screens, and we all got to squad up and go against each other. And, you know, I remember we played a lot of games, and Starfighter Assault we tested Hero Starfighters, we played Hero Showdown, we played Ewok Hunt, we played some other stuff that I probably can't even mention to this day because it was eventually ditched for Capital Supremacy, but it was like an experience of a lifetime, and I never would have gotten that opportunity if it wasn't for Battlefront 2, so I'm truly am blessed to be able to have that experience in my life and as a memory for me going forward. Moving on from that though, May 10th saw the release of the solo DLC. We got Jabba's Palace, Extraction, we got the first legendary skin for Leia in the Bausch appearance, and we got Skiff Lando as well. June 10th, a month later, we got the announcement, and I'm talking the announcement. This was when Dennis got up on stage at EA Play and he announced the Clone Wars coming. There were 4 heroes, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Count Dooku, and General Grievous, and this was massive. We also got the announcement of Geonosis alongside that, and everyone remembers that the hype level for that announcement was huge, and you know, no one's going to forget nobody clapping for Count Dooku, which you'll see in a minute when I talk about it, ended up being one of the craziest moments for me and one of the craziest experiences I've been through. So,
Count Dooku.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
EA Play was huge. We also got Jedi Fallen Order teased, and, you know, even with a new Star Wars game being announced, all eyes were still on Battlefront 2 because the announcement was massive. Following EA Play, though, we got Solo Season Part 2. You guys remember, Palpatine got removed. He was super broken, could shoot lightning through walls again, so they hit the kill switch on him, and the Senate was removed from the game. Going forward, October 30th, General Grievous released into the game. We got the infamous Ahsoka and Padme voice lines, which were data mined, which never ended up turning into anything, which is a little bit disappointing. People wanted Ahsoka from day one. We never ended up getting her, even though we were promised more female heroes. It never came to fruition. So something a little bit disappointing there, but as a positive, we got early looks at Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I'll insert a clip here, and you guys will probably remember this. We got the animations of Obi-Wan in like a 3D test sort of thing, and it was super cool. Everyone was very excited, and a month later, we actually got him in the game. Obi-Wan released alongside Geonosis, and the Clone Wars was in full swing. The next hero in the lineup was Count Dooku, set to release on January 24th, and for me, at this point, I had no idea what was about to hit my channel. I decided to stream from a friend's house that night. I wanted some good internet to be able to stream with quality picture, a good, you know, look on the channel, and I wanted people to be able to watch this in 1080p, not 360p. So I took my PlayStation, I took my laptop, I went to a friend's house. He let me hook into his internet, which was actually quite good. And wow, the stream just exploded for Count Dooku. I had 2,500 concurrent viewers at one point. I had trending on YouTube Gaming Australia, 1,500 new subscribers and over 50,000 views on the stream. And this was also the moment where my channel passed 10,000 subscribers. So you guys can imagine, I went from 9,000 to 10,500 in a 3-hour stream. It was absolutely incredible, something I never expected and I never thought would even happen. And I still can't really fathom in my brain like the words to explain how I felt in that moment. Like, I was jumping out of my seat every time. Like, my alerts were firing off like crazy. I launched the stream. Before I even got into my gameplay screen, it still said stream starting soon. I already had 300 people in the chat. I don't know what caused it, but it just exploded, and I'm super grateful for an experience like that because it's something I'll always remember. You know, following the stream from Count Dooku, you know, I started to make a few different videos. I tried to go to the comedy route, and I started uploading my 5 types of players everyone hates videos, which are still some of the most successful videos on my channel in terms of views. You know, they have hundreds of thousands of views between them, and yeah, the people seem to love them. I don't know why, but yeah, they went really, really well. I rode that wave of momentum all the way into February, where we had the release of course, the broken one, Anakin Skywalker. He had been one of the most difficult characters to balance and still is questionable at times right now in the game. And within a week of his release, he had his first of many nerfs. So that just shows you how powerful Anakin was. And if you don't realize how powerful he was on launch, or if you didn't have the game at that point, I will try and insert a clip of Anakin at launch day. I will try and find one and I will put it in here, and you guys will see how broken he really was. Moving on from Anakin though, we had Capital Supremacy announced along with the Pipeline Junction West map, ARC Troopers and BX Commando droids. And in May 2019, I also began my Killstreak Breakdown series, which a lot of you guys love because it gives some tips and insight onto how I play the game or what I look for when I'm playing as heroes and things like that. And you guys still love to see those videos now, and it's still running now, so it's another long-term series on the channel. A few weeks into May, we also got the rework for Heroes vs Villains, which removes the target system to like the TDM style format that it is now, because if you guys remember, the target system sucked because anyone that played Luke or Boba just ran away the whole time, and it was almost impossible to kill them because they were just so much quicker than everyone else. So it was a really hard thing. Boba could get into places where you couldn't find him and you couldn't get to him, so they had to change the style of Heroes vs Villains, and I think it turned out for the better. I think this way is much better in how it is now. Not long after that, on June 4th, I reached 15,000 subscribers on YouTube, so another milestone for me, and I was super happy about it. June 9th saw the Droidicas be confirmed after the whole environmental clutter situation, where there was concept art for Kashyyyk, and there was a Droidica in the background that someone accidentally left in and forgot to remove, and you know, it's a big question of, was it a tease, or was it meant to be there, was it not meant to be there, did someone forget to edit it out, or what was the situation? You guys can debate that till ends time. So this was one of those things where everyone thought that, you know, they were coming in that update, and they eventually told us that they weren't, but we did get them later down the line. So as June closed out, I launched Battlefront Barrage, which was my podcast series. I had a lot of guests come on that, and you guys really loved hearing the conversation between me and other YouTubers. August also had some serious changes where the health on kill cards became passive and were replaced by new star cards, and the end of September as well following that saw Clone Commandos and Felucia get released into the game. In December we started with a bang as we got the Celebration Edition announced. I remember how excited I was for that. I actually bought the Celebration Edition on PC, and in that we got 4 new reinforcements. You know, obviously we unlocked all the skins if you bought the Celebration Edition. We got the Sith Trooper, the Gunner, the Spy, and the First Order Jet Trooper. More additions to co-op, and we got the announcement as well that BB-8 and BB-9E were going to be playable heroes in the game. Now, a lot of people weren't sure about this. I wasn't sure about this. I didn't think they were a good choice because everyone wanted Ahsoka and Ventress, and obviously you want to try and keep the people happy as much as possible, but they ended up being really fun, and a lot of people like playing as the droids. I know there are a lot of people out there that think BB-8 is great and people that think BB-9E is great, but for me personally, I would have loved to see Ahsoka and Ventress instead. But again, it's not my decision. At this point, the channel passed 20,000 subscribers at the end of December when we got the Rise of Skywalker update and Agent Kloss for Supremacy. Now, this was my yearly goal. This was a huge moment for me. I had set out the task to reach 20,000 subscribers for that year, and it was getting extremely close, and I was working really, really hard, and I was pumping out videos almost daily, trying to reach 20,000 subscribers, and on December 19th, I hit 20,000 subscribers. And I remember when it ticked over, I was sitting at home in my chair, refreshing it every couple of seconds to see if I'd hit 20k so I could get that screenshot. And I keep a lot of the screenshots from when I hit different milestones and things like that. It's just like a little something that I wanted to do. But when I hit 20k, I remember the feeling of achievement and satisfaction and almost relief that, you know, I made this yearly goal, and it was something that I didn't think I could actually do. It was a very stretched goal for me, and I didn't think I was going to make it that far. And when I hit 20,000, I remember I literally called my mum to tell her, and I was so excited. I broke down. I was, you know, over the moon with joy And to be able to share that with my mum, she was really proud, and it was a really good moment for me. And it made all the hard work pay off. It made it all worth it, all the hours, the late nights, the lack of sleep, the 3 a.m. news updates that I would pump out in trying to be quiet, not to wake any of my housemates up and things like that. It made all of that worth it, So that was when I hit 20,000 subscribers, and less than a month later, I hit 25,000 subscribers after a huge start to 2020. And, I know I was uploading really frequently, but I didn't think the growth would be that quick. And it was just a huge month for me, and going from 20 to 25,000 almost felt like a blink of the eye. And that was purely because of you guys and your support and showing love on all of the videos. So 2020 started off really great before obviously a lot of other things happened and sent the year south. So moving forward, we fast forward to February 1st, where we got the announcement of Scarif. There was a lot of speculation around Jin and Krennic being added as heroes and Shore Troopers as reinforcements, or are they going to be skins, or what are they going to be, how are we going to expect to get them? But we didn't find out until later, and a few days after that we got the release of BB-8 and BB-9E, and alongside that update, which was in February, the ISB Agent and the Ewok Hunter released, which was the following update. They also had a Leia rework where she got her flash grenade replaced with thermal detonators, which I think was a great change. And we also got the 4 brand new weapons. Finally, after being promised them at launch, we finally got new weapons into the game in the E11D, the DL18, the T21, and the Cycler rifle. Now at this point, it kind of saw a bit of a dry spell for Battlefront 2 as we waited for Scarif, which was delayed twice, but you guys continued to show love and support on my channel, and on March 17th, I actually passed 30,000 subscribers. And again, going from 20,000 at the end of December to 30,000 at the start or midway point of March is absolutely crazy. 10,000 subs in 3 months. I didn't even believe it. And when we got to the end of April and it rolled around, we finally got the Scarif update alongside 5 new hero skins, 2 for Rey, 1 for Palps, Kylo, and Darth Maul. And, we weren't expecting what was to come next. And what came next was that Battlefront 2 had been announced to get no more new content or online playable DLC. And that kind of hit home for a lot of people. And it hit really hard for me, of course, as a content creator and someone who loves Battlefront 2. And I didn't want to believe it at first. And I really didn't. And I didn't think it was happening. And then, a lot of the developers were tweeting out that they were moving on to other projects, and some of them were moving on to the new Battlefield title, I should say, not Battlefront. I wish they were moving on to a new Battlefront, but they were moving on to the next Battlefield title, and that they really loved working on Star Wars and they hope to do it again someday. And, that kind of brings us to where we are now. And like I said at the start of the video, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be uploading content, but I'm going to be uploading to both of my channels as well as streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I'm still going to be doing both. So if you guys want to show love on both, I would really appreciate that. But, Battlefront 2 to me has been a life-changing experience. I never thought I would say that about a video game. It's taken me across the world to somewhere I never thought I would get to. It's allowed me to meet people I never thought I would meet, or some of my best friends I've met through this game, like, just to name a couple. And I'm sorry if I miss anyone out here, but I'm just going off the top of my head at this point. Sammy, who is one of the greatest content creators in the Battlefront community, I consider one of my best friends. We talk almost every day. We collaborate, we talk about our new channels, we talk about things for Battlefront, we talk about everything. Jazza, Lethal Lightning was one of my first top plays submissions back in the beta, and we still talk all the time. Porg Jaeger, who I squatted up with in Heroes vs Villains way back in the day when the game first released. I play Apex with every single night now. People like this. Split Screen, Mark that's over there and runs that channel, Niv, all the people that have sort of come into my life because of this game have stuck around, and I've made and turned into some of my best friends. And that's what Battlefront 2 could do, and that's what it did for me, and I'm sure it did for a lot of other people. And we can sit here and complain that we didn't get content, we didn't get Ahsoka and Ventress, or Starfighter never got an update, or we could complain 1,000 times over for stuff we didn't get. But I think the thing people are missing, and the thing that people haven't thought about is, you know, think of what this game has done for us. Because for me, you know, it's supported me in a point where there was a time in my life where I had lost my job. Well, I hadn't lost it, but I kind of had to leave because they were treating me a little bit unfairly. And this kept me going. This paid my rent. This bought my food in a time where I was still looking for work. You know, I made videos because they were fun. I never expected to turn it into something that could, you know, pay my rent or keep me sustained or anything like that. I didn't expect to meet so many friends out of this. I didn't expect to amass 33,000 subscribers on YouTube. You know, it's just, it was a game I liked playing. It was fun, and, you know, making videos was kind of cool, and I didn't expect it to turn into quite what it did turn into, you know. And like I said at the start, I'm not really going to edit this video too much, but I just want to say thank you to Battlefront 2. I want to say thank you to DICE and EA for everything. I want to say thank you to anyone that's ever commented on my videos or been in the chat or liked a video or even watched a video. You know, it's been an incredible journey, and I don't know where I'd be without it. And, you know, this game, as crazy and as wild as the journey has been, and as many negatives as there has been with the game, there have been equally as many positives, and it got me through some really tough times. And the fact that we're not getting any more content, and we don't know if Battlefront 3 is ever going to happen, or if there's going to be another online multiplayer game for Star Wars, it's really hard. And this game is just, man, I don't have words right now of how I feel. But, you know, Battlefront 2 to me has been absolutely life-changing. I wouldn't be in the position where I am today without it, and I know a lot of you guys wouldn't either. I've met so many people, and I'm probably just repeating myself at this point, but I feel like Battlefront 2 deserves more. And I know, yes, there's a petition going around, but I just don't think it's going to do what we want it to do. And I love Battlefront 2. I will always love Battlefront 2. It's given me amazing memories. It's given me something that I'll never be able to let go of. And I know I'll look back in 10, 20, 30 years time when I have kids and they're playing, hopefully, Battlefront 5, you know, I'll look back and I'll be able to say, look, I was there when Battlefront 2 came out. I covered that video, or I covered videos on that game every single day. And I'll still have the photo of me in DICE's office in Sweden, standing in front of the big Battlefront 2 mural wall and, you know, messing around with Dash on Elliot's video in his blog, and, you know, standing next to the Darth Vader figure and taking a photo with Dash as well, and, you know, squatting up with the boys, or just funny moments from the stream. I'll always be able to look back on that and bring that up and show that to someone, you know, and show them that I was able to achieve something with this game, and it was a huge part of my life, and I'll never forget it. So, I know I might not play Battlefront 2 as much at the moment, and I haven't been streaming it, and I haven't been making videos on it, because this is why. Because Battlefront 2 right now makes me feel some type of way, and I'm trying really hard to hold this in right now, but I don't know, it just, it changed my life, man. And I really hope we get Battlefront 3 someday. And you can call me a big girl, you can call me whatever because I'm crying on camera, but you guys know, for someone that's invested so much time into the channel and into this game, that it means so much. It really does. And I won't be able to look at it the same way. I do hope we get a Battlefront 3. and I'll be the happiest person in the world if we do. But I just want to say thank you, Battlefront 2. I really do. Ups and downs, highs, lows, happy moments, sad moments, crashes, you know, broken Anakin, broken Palpatine, new heroes being announced, all the crazy journey that we've been on through this game. It's been, like I said, it's been something I will never let go of. And I can't wait to share it with more people, and I hope you guys stick around. I'll still upload content. Even though I'm working on the second channel a lot, I'll still be here. I'll still be streaming. I'll still be making videos. And, you know, maybe you guys can let me know down in the comments what kind of videos you want to see from this in the future. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. But I'm sorry for getting emotional. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it gave you a little bit of an insight to what Battlefront 2 has been able to do for me. Because I just know it's been a huge part of my life, and I know it's been a huge part of yours too. So one more time, and this is the last time I'm going to say it in this video, thank you Battlefront 2, thank you DICE, and thank you EA for everything you guys have done. This game has been amazing, and I don't think I would have rathered my journey be any other way. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you, always.
The Sith are all powerful. You are no match for me.